of Add Value Consulting. In this video, I'm going to talk about the elements of family business governance which can help you to design them and also making the governance highly effective. The first element is to have a family council, which is comprised of the male members and the spouses, and it focuses on the relationships between the family members, making them cordial, improving the communications, developing the business stewardship so that the business can carry on from generation to generation and also keep the relationships within the family members quite healthy. The family council has to meet at least once a quarter so that all these issues can be discussed and streamlined. The family council appoints the advisors, the board of directors, organizes the retreats so that the family cultures, the family value systems, and the business philosophy is maintained. The second element is having a founder's business office, which primarily focuses on the execution of the constitution and manages the family funds and the assets of the individual family members. The family business forum, which is the third element, it is a bridge between the family and the business which protects the interests of the family members by regularizing, enhancing, and measuring the business performances, and also creating a strategy and opportunities for the family business members. This family business forum has to meet at least once in 2 months. The non-business family forum comprises of the women in the family so that they can strengthen the interpersonal relationships, create solidarity between the family members, and so that the business is not carried from the family to the boardroom and vice versa. This non-business family forum has to meet at least once a quarter. The next element is to have a code of conduct, which means how do we resolve differences between the family members. Differences are bound to happen when we are discussing on certain issues, whether it is within the family or within the business. So how do we resolve these differences? What is the process for conflict resolution? Do the conflicts get sorted out internally? And if not, how do we approach an external mediator to solve the differences? Is all part of the family code of conduct. The next element is family values, whereby listening to each other, respecting the differences, having trust and faith, face-to-face communication, and most importantly, having forgiveness for the wrongdoings or the perceptions we have for others. We can also have another element, which is the family fund. This family fund receives a share of the money, a certain percentage from the dividend which is distributed and from the other assets which make money. The purpose of the family fund is to create financial equity and security between the family members. The next element is share ownership and dividend distribution. So if you're having different businesses, different branches of the business, whether the ownership is 100% or you create IPOs or you have different trusts managing different businesses, who remains in the business, how do you sell your share, how do you buy out shares, so that there are no go along, is most important in any family business. The last but not the least is having a family retreat and family assembly. That means all the people, all the members of the family business, including the children, they meet at least once a year so that there is togetherness, there is sharing, there is celebrations, There is discussion on achievements, and the occasions are discussed and celebrated. These are some of the elements in the family business which help you create effective governance. But it is not important to have all of them. But in case you go ahead with your family business, I would personally recommend you that you touch upon each of them and see that there is a structure for each element, and it is being taken forward by either or some of the family members, so that the business can carry on for generations smoothly. Thank you.